or requires the man, if he wants to get Viagra or any Cialis or any of those kind of fun pills, boner pills, to actually undergo an unnecessary colonoscopy, and if they are married, getting the wife's approval and sign off to be able for the men to get Viagra or Cialis or whatever. Yeah, it's just...
So, no, basically men are on the same playing field as women because a lot of people are making
If it passes, chances are it's not going to, but, you know.
Of course it's not going to. Men are superior to women. It's
No,
easier to fucking fuck with us.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, and they do, and they will, and they always will. I mean, it's just so irritating. It's obviously somebody saying, you know what, we're tired of you fucking with women. What goes on in my vagina and in my doctor's office has nothing to do with the government, nothing to do with some random stranger.
It doesn't? Are
me,
you sure about that?
my doctor, and whoever fucking stuck the sperm in me, okay? Anybody else? It's none of your fucking business. So I think this is some sort of a spiteful tactic to say, you know what? This is what you're putting on women. Now we're going to try to turn it on to you fucking men. We're going to have cameras in the sky, and every time you fucking jerk off...
$100.
Exactly. I mean, it's just...
$100.
Can we worry about, like, homelessness and infrastructure?
No. We got to worry about masturbation.
Shit.
We got to worry about masturbation.
Why don't we just let everybody masturbate? Maybe we'll all be less dicks.
No, because there's dicks in masturbation. At least 50% of the time.
I was going to drop the C word, but I won't.
That's not a good idea at this point.
All right. Hold on there. This is getting funny, but I've got to go along this line. Now, obviously, we have said problem where guy masturbates, it's $100. Okay. My question is, what if they go to donate sperm at a sperm bank?
Well, then you get paid.
$100 for that?
Yeah.
Well, no, then you get paid.
Then you get fined and paid. Okay, so it cancels each other out. That's fucked up. That's just fucked up.
That makes sense.
Well,
and next off,
what does
when
make
you
sense
said that they were making a law for masturbation, when you said they were making a law for masturbation, my first thought was what? They're going to make more safety helmets now? I mean, that's what we're getting to at this point anyways. By the time we're done with all these laws, you're not going to be able to do shit. You're going to have to walk around with a safety helmet on.
The thing is ridiculous, and I think any legislation that's being passed toward a guy and his dick is a backlash for all the old white men that are basically telling a woman what they think she should do.
No, it's not a backlash. It's a payback. There's a difference. Okay? There's a payback. A payback is different than a backlash.
Well, it gives you a kind of a perception. You're like, oh, I don't care about women's rights. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. All of a sudden, it's like,
all of a sudden your rights are fucked up.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but as petty as it is, I'm kind of happy it's happening because maybe it's making more of an awareness of you need to stay
Let's not say that it's happening because it's still in committee.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not law.
But the government
until it's law, it's not going to make a difference.
There should be certain things the government shouldn't be able to use as a political football.
There's a lot of things that the government should not be used for.
Medical business, men, women, whatever. If it's anything to do that's medical, which I'm sorry, but my body and anything with my doctor is medical, has nothing to do with the fucking government. If you don't like it, don't do it. Don't talk about it. Whatever. So, I mean, I'm serious. I think it's just all like, it's just backlash. Hi.
But now my question is this. What about the guys that can't score with a woman?
So does that mean
$100?
Does that mean the prostitute and the guy both get popped?
Yeah. If you can't make it with a woman, there's always you can go to Nevada. And I guarantee you, regardless, you can make it with a woman.
Ugh.
But here's the thing. If you don't want to spend that money to go up to Nevada, and you can't get laid in Texas, but you go ahead and you buy a prostitute. Here's the thing. Prostitution is illegal. Masturbation is illegal at this point. So you both get fined because she's making you wear a condom or something?
Who knows? At this point, it's a toss-up.
The fact that we even talk about shit like this in our government is just fucking ridiculous. I mean, what goes on?
Here's another great thing to follow. Now, how many places are pushing safe sex?
Well, that's a whole.
Well, wait a minute.
No,
there's
that's a whole nother conversation.
Safe sex and abstinence only.
No, safe sex has nothing to do with the abstinence.
Well, no.
Okay, abstinence only is no sex. Okay,
but that's the safest sex.
No. It's not safe sex if you don't have sex. Okay, that's a whole different. That's like a whole different friggin' show at this point. Safe sex and abstinence.
Yeah, but here's the question that follows this.
Okay.
Now, if you're pushing safe sex and everybody's wearing a condom at this point, that kind of infringes upon the chance for life. Does that mean those guys are getting fined too for trying to protect themselves against disease?
It's a good question. I don't know. You would think that no, because they're not actually masturbating. They're actually having intercourse. And realistically, if you're having intercourse, only 1 out of a million sperms has a chance of penetrating the egg.
But you're not pro-birth if you're wearing a fucking condom.
Well, that has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. We're talking about something totally different.
Fine.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, we're talking about the fact that if it impedes life, do they get fined for that too?
Well, that's the thing. Doesn't impede life. Because realistically, you can have sex with a woman who is not ovulating, okay? How do you know that those sperms are actually targeting an egg if she's not ovulating at the time? So do you fine the guy for having sex with a woman when she's not ovulating? Or do you have to actually start fining people, making sure that people only have sex when there's the possibility of a pregnancy as the outcome?
So basically procreation rather than recreation.
Yes.
Well, that's a bunch
so
of fucking
do you
shit.
find recreation but not procreation? And how do you determine that? Because there's always no woman is the same. So a woman is not going to ovulate the same every time. So you can't say that every time a guy has sex with a girl, she's going to be able to ovulate and have a baby come out of it. So therefore, if she doesn't have a baby come out of it, then his emissions are considered suicide.
A guy would have to actually look at her calendar and say, God, I am so horny, but I can't fuck you now. I'll come back next Tuesday. I mean,
no, it would
really?
be the reverse of that. The girl would have to say that I'm ovulating at this time, so we can't have sex until then. Because the guy's not going to know when she's ovulating.
So if you put it in my butt, it's it's suicide, sperm suicide? I mean,
pretty much. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is the shit that
that's
we're
what we're concerned about. Okay, it's okay that people are living in poverty and that children are starving. But hey, let's worry about whether or not a sperm meets an egg.
Let's keep having more. You can't afford the ones you have. Let's just keep having more.
Yeah, this is a fucked up conversation. How the fuck did we get to this point?
Because we started talking about the legislature.
I think it has to do with vodka, but that's just me.
No, I think it has to do with the fact that we purposely are distracting ourselves on issues that divide us and distract us when there's a whole plethora
They're not distracting me at all. I know exactly where I'm at.
Yeah, you're sitting at the fucking table.
All right, so we're coming up to the last part of the hour of the show. No, the last part of the second segment.
Hour. Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and talk off to our PSAs, and we will be back in 4 to 5 minutes. We're going to start talking about homelessness and tiny houses, and we're going to have another guest on the show.
Yay!
And,
my brother from another mother.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around and don't go away.
Hello. My name is Scott Pryor, co-host of the internet radio show Progressive Voices of Arizona. Arizona is made up of a wide variety of individuals, all of which have many different beliefs. Sometimes those whose beliefs are different from the majority tend to be forgotten or marginalized. This is where organizations such as the Secular Coalition for Arizona can help. The Secular Coalition for Arizona is a 501c4 lobby organization that represents the Arizona non-theistic community, a vibrant and growing community of Arizonans who self-identify as atheists, agnostics, humanists, freethinkers, and other labels of personal choosing to elected officials in and from Arizona. They mediate the relationship between the non-theistic community and elected officials, and they work to ensure that the law is never biased to the detriment and interest of Arizona's non-theists. For more information, please visit their website at www.secularaz.org.
Hello, my name is Michelle Short. Stu DeHaan and myself are co-chapter heads of the Arizona chapter of the Satanic Temple. We are trying to bring the After-School Satan Club to a school district near you. The Supreme Court ruled in 2001, in the case of Good News Club versus Milford Central School, that schools operate a limited public forum, and that, as such, they may not discriminate against religious speech should a religious organization choose to operate an after-school club on their premises. Christian evangelicals, particularly the Child Evangelism Fellowship, have taken advantage of this ruling ever since. As it is illegal for schools to discriminate against specific religions or preference others, after-school Satan clubs cannot be denied wherever Christian or any other religious clubs operate. All after-school Satan clubs are based upon a uniform syllabus that emphasizes a scientific, rationalist, non-superstitious worldview, while the twisted evangelical teachings of the Good News Clubs robs children of the innocence and enjoyment of childhood, replacing them with a negative self-image, preoccupation with sin, fear of hell, and aversion to critical thinking. After-school Satan clubs incorporate games, projects, and thinking exercises that help children understand how we know, what we know about our world and our universe. After-school Satan clubs are operated by local chapters of the Satanic Temple, by volunteer members who have been vetted by the Executive Ministry for professionalism, social responsibility, superior communication skills, and lack of criminal history. For more information about our program, please visit our website, afterschoolsatan.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through our PSAs. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of funny because our last two PSAs, one was for Secular Coalition for Arizona,
Whoop, whoop.
and the other one was for the After School Satan's Club. So those go really well together, just for,
Hashtag equality.
Yeah, equality. We want to make sure people are getting all of the point of views. So, down in the last hour of the show, we have been joined by Angel Garcia, our good friend, Kara's brother from another mother.
Yay! Brother from another mother.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yay!
Good friend of ours, a very good activist, and he's here to talk about tiny homes. So, Angel, what exactly are the projects you're working on, and how is that going to help what we know is a very big problem in Arizona, which is called homelessness?
Well, currently the big issue is that other people that are doing quote-unquote affordable housing are taking government money and spending anywhere from $120,000 to $250,000 per door to house somebody. This is a ridiculous amount of money to put somebody in a home. So there's a movement now with these micro homes or tiny homes, whichever term you prefer, and we're able to build those anywhere. If you do stick and bones that doesn't have a kitchen area and a bathroom in it, you can do them for around $8,000 to $10,000. anywhere up to $40,000, $50,000. So you can build a lot more units and house more people.